Amazing sparring just now with you and Gervonta Davis. What'd you make of that session?
It was good work, you know what I mean? Got to get in there with the world champion. I held my own, he held his. Good experience, good experience.
Ooh, what's going on? WittyP coming back with another one. We're gonna talk some boxing. We'll talk about a fight that's been rumored for some weeks now. We've yet to get a date. Lightweight, Gervonta Tank Davis versus Frank the Ghost Martin. You know, a fight that, you know, I'm looking forward to. Definitely wanted to see Frank Martin versus Shakur Stevenson, you know, towards the end of 2023, but that fight didn't go through. Maybe because Frank Martin, he had this fight lined up, you know, down the line. You know, and this should be a pay-per-view bout. So that's why he said, I ain't ducking shit. Frank Martin said that because maybe, you know, his team, they told him, hey, just hold out. You're going to get this Tank fight. You know, that's lined up. And these two guys, they have history. Seen the introduction to the video, you know, Frank Martin. A few years back, he was, you know, talking about how the sparring went with Gervonta Tank Davis. So these two guys have history. And you know how these sparring bouts could go. When two sparring partners actually fight in a real fight, it only go two ways. Either that sparring partner, he knows, you know, that champion and it's a tough fight because he knows his weaknesses, or, you know, the champion get that sparring partner out of there in 1 or 2 rounds. It always goes that way. If you remember Deontay Wilder and Robert Helenius, those two guys used to spar together, and Deontay Wilder got him out of there first round. You know, I'm not saying it's always like that, but typically that's how it goes because you two know each other so well, and you know each other's weaknesses and things like that. So it just comes down to who's just the better boxer, period, or who's the better fighter. And these two guys, they're sparring, you know, they've been sparring partners in the past. And he said Gervonta Davis, he can crack. We all know that. Tank can crack. Tank 29-0, 27 KOs. Frank Martin 18-0, 12 KOs. And Frank Martin, he's athletic. So I will like to see how Gervonta Davis can do with, you know, the athleticism of Frank Martin. He doesn't have the best resume, let's be real. Some people say this dude's still a prospect, and I can't argue with you if you say that. Yeah. Gervonta Tank Davis, I used to be real hard on his resume, and I'm still, you know, tough on Gervonta Tank Davis. I like him a lot, but, you know, I call his boxing shit right down the middle. He doesn't fight the best opponents because had he beat Isaac Cruz, you know, handily or convincingly, I'll say Gervonta Tank Davis, he has a solid resume. But that fight, a lot of people felt like Isaac Cruz, you know, didn't win the fight, but he definitely gave him everything he could handle, and Tank didn't want to run it back. He wasn't quick to run it back, so a lot of people feel like that's kind of like a blemish on Tank. But before that Isaac Cruz bout, and he kind of snuck up on everybody, Isaac Cruz, the pit bull, because we didn't know he was going to be that tough. And before that, Leo Santa Cruz was Gervonta Tank Davis' best win. Let's be real. That was his best win. He fought an old-ass Yurkis Gamboa. You know, he wasn't really, you know, mixing it up with the guys around his age. And Tank is 30 years old. He's 29, about to be 30 years old. And he doesn't have any, like, real opponents that we could say, yeah, Tank beat that champion. He was a champion, and Tank beat him. Like, there's nobody on his resume that we really look at like that. You know, he had a good win against Mario Barrios. I'd say that and Leo Santa Cruz was 2 of his biggest wins. And Isaac Cruz, that was a win. Can't give it to him all the way because that fight, it was tough. It was tough. You know, it was tough. So he didn't want to run that back. So, but Isaac Cruz, he was tough. He was a tough fighter. But I'm looking forward to this fight. You know, hopefully we get a date soon. You know, this fight has been rumored for weeks now, so I've been waiting to get a date. But I say, shit, I'm gonna make a video about this. You know, I love boxing. So we know we're going to get the fight. It's just a matter of getting a date. But let me know what y'all think. Drop some down in the comments. You know, I'll do a breakdown. You know, when they get a date and we get closer to the fight. But just wanted to talk about these two guys. You know, the introduction to these two guys and, you know, the history. So let me know what y'all think. Drop some down in the comments before I come. That's what I do. That's why you can help me share the video. Video entertaining. Hit that cash app. Knocking up on them. Let's get it.